Good morning, and I am Jonathan Christian from We Make Stuff Happen. And one of the joys that I get is to interview amazing entrepreneurs that add to everybody else's business. And today it is my joy to interview the profit, or your profit catalyst, I should really say, Lisa Humphrey. Good morning.
Good morning, Jonathan.
It's good to see you in sunny Colorado.
Yes.
On this July 4th long weekend. So
yeah, it's probably going to get a little crazy over here.
That's what we figured. That's why I thought we'd do it quiet early in the morning when things are going on. So Lisa, I was reading your bio online. Bachelor of Finance, Master of Accounting, retired or inactive CPA, E-Myth coach. You got a lot going on, girl.
A lot of education, a lot of experience, a lot of background in how I do, giving me exactly what I need to do what I do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that I could go hashtag numbers chick?
Oh, that would be so fun.
Hashtag numbers chick. You get the numbers, but numbers are all very well. But really what we want to do is talk about how those numbers make profit, right?
Yes.
So much so you've given yourself the sassy title of your profit catalyst, which I love.
Yes.
Just love it, because everybody needs that catalyst to sort of light a spark and get things going. And I go to your website and there it is, ignite the spark. I went, okay, I'm getting this.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's go back a couple of years. We don't need to say how many, but love to know post-education, how you got into business and how you realized just how important it was to understand profit.
Well, let's see. How I got to here at this point was really reinventing myself, or actually getting back to doing meaningful work. I had been a business owner, owned several businesses, sold my interest in the last business I had due to a divorce. So I sold out that. And I thought, wow, okay, so what does Lisa do now? What's going to be really meaningful work? And I came across, I was looking at starting another business, and I came across E-Myth, the book. So there was E-Myth Revisited, a great book, one of, all-time bestsellers for small business owners. It's, and E-Myth coaching has been around for like almost over 40 years. And so when I saw on LinkedIn that they were looking for independent coaches, I was like, wow, this is great. I'm going to check this out. And it, at the time, just seemed to be an amazing fit. And so I went down that road. I became a certified E-Myth coach. And through that process, I'm working with small business owners and looking at some of the behind the scenes metrics. I just saw such a huge gap in the financial piece for business owners, and just how daunting it was. Just I just feel like it's so complex. It's like, how do we do that? They, relying on their bookkeeper, their CPA, and which is all well and good. We have to have that. We have to record everything that happens in the business to get the history. But what I really saw is a huge opportunity to take that backward-looking view of just recording the history, and how do we project that forward to really ensure that we're profitable.
Yes.
That the business, that we're making money. Time and time again, business owners paying everybody else first. Just taking what's left over. It's like, that's not right. That's not right.
I got to stop you right there. So it's July 1st.
Yes.
So all yesterday afternoon, I went through all my receipts to create my June folder to give to my bookkeeper to enter into Sage. So
yes,
that's my month. Next thing I had was all my accounts payable, which is now virtually empty. So I paid everybody yesterday.
Okay.
Then I did all my invoices last night for the end of the month.
Yes.
And then I went, so is there anything for me? And then, I've heard somebody say before, pay yourself first. That's one of the biggest things that entrepreneurs forget to do.
Yes.
And of course, just the nature of people is you always want to pay the people that have done work for you. You want to make sure you get your money in. You want to sort of do right by the government and everything else because you have to.
Yes.
But there is, I don't know whether that's all skewed this way or whatever, but month end, what should a month end look like, do you think?
Oh gosh, it pains me to see waiting till the end of the month. It doesn't have to be that way. There's so many great softwares out there that you can keep on top of everything as you go.
Mm-hmm.
And a huge problem is not getting the data soon enough. Okay. So by the time you finish all of that, you give your folder to your accountant. Let me ask you, so how long does it take for you to get those numbers back in the form of profit and loss, your balance sheet, cash flow statement?
Wow. I feel like I'm at a doctor's waiting room now. It could be on a monthly basis. It could be a couple of weeks, depending on what the quarter's like. It could be until I get the quarterly accounts to do GST as we have it here in Canada. So sometimes my metric is what's in the bank.
Right.
I'm being brutally honest here, but I'm not untypical, I'm sure, of a lot of people that you meet.
Yeah, it's that's very common. It is very, very common, and that's hard. That's got to be hard to have to wait.
Well, it is because you do that little paper exercise and it's like, okay, how much am I owed? Okay, how much do I owe? What's in the bank equals how much money I made, right? Kind of. But most entrepreneurs, that's a level of understanding. They know how to sell. They know how to produce value. They know how to make a profit. In the initial calculation stages.
Right.
But when we see that 80% of businesses don't last the first year, and then of that, and something like only 5% last 5 years or something, whatever that stat is now, it's pretty scary. I've been in business 12 years, so I'm obviously doing something right, but we've been blessed. But yeah, I just see, and that's why I wanted to interview you, because I just see a huge need for people to be able to understand just what goes beyond the bookkeeping and how that is not just a chore that's over there that needs to be done, but how it really should be an integral part of your day-to-day business to actually help you make the right decisions and even analyze, should we even be doing these things? And, where do I make my most money and spend my least time? And that old 80-20 rule. And I'm guessing that E-Myth coaching, along with your CPA knowledge, just makes you like flipping invaluable.
I like to think so. The cool thing with that and having that coaching background is just really gives a really great overall perspective. And it, so it makes it very easy for me now to put together all the pieces and parts.
Yeah.
And really, there is nothing that happens in your business that isn't reflected in your numbers. Nothing. Right. Whether it be sales, employee issues, your branding, for even your marketing, all of that. And what I really love to do, just to help, it's particularly service-based businesses. It's like where your expertise and your time, that really is your product. And the gap that I saw just in the industry is there's not a lot out there for businesses like yours. Businesses like mine, where people, they're put their creative energy, their talent. They can sell and they have expenses, but how do you optimize to make sure you get paid first? And I have a very unique process that helps us do just that. And it's not a matter of just saying, oh, well, I'm going to take, 10% of, revenue, set that aside. It's a lot more strategic than that. And I really help small business owners, entrepreneurs get to their midline profit. So without getting too technical, you have, your top line revenue, and then you have your bottom line profit or loss.
Yeah.
And then the midline. So that's your gross margin. very easy for a service-based, or sorry, for a product-based business to get to that number. They make a product, they sell a product, they know all of the inputs, what it takes to create that product.
Mm-hmm.
But for service-based people, I get it all the time. It's like, oh, well, my gross margin is 100% because all it is my time. It's just my time I put into it. So we really, I really dive in, and when I help a business owner create their profit plan, we really get clear on that piece, because that is, you need to know your sweet spot for making money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get it. From there, you take that and, we do some more fun things and determine, what's your break even. We optimize from top line revenue to the midline gross margin. We optimize that. That's the piece that we optimize to make sure you're profitable. Then we can budget for the rest. Wow. And then we can help make really great decisions so that bottom line revenue or bottom line profit is healthy.
I love this. I love that. Yeah. I love the midline, bottom line phrases. It's not phrases I actually understand too much, but so, okay, let's roll back. So
okay.
I'm in a new financial year. I'm just putting myself on the spot because I'm getting to talk to my profit catalyst here. So my year end was April 30th. My stuff's virtually ready to go to my bookkeeper. I really, in about the next month, will find out exactly what I made. And of course, being an entrepreneur, the answer is hopefully not too much, because then you have to pay a bunch of taxes, which hopefully during the year you put money aside to pay for, of course.
Right.
So in some ways, it's almost like you just want to go into a corner and just put your hands over your head and think, it'll just work out. It always does every year, but there's got to be a better way. Yeah. You shouldn't just be wondering with that achy gut feeling. It's like, how much money am I going to have to pay in taxes next year? You should know. And I'm sure there's lots of accounting tools and software that can do all of this. But of course, as an entrepreneur, everybody's trying to protect their costs and keep their overhead low. So they may not even see bookkeeping as a priority expenditure. So, I mean, I have a business, you have a business. Do people just call you up and just say, I'm in trouble? Or do they say, I need to develop my business? Or how does that initial conversation go?
I think it starts with the realization a lot of times where it's like, gosh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Like, sales are fantastic. I don't have a problem getting business. Why? Where does all the money go?
Yeah.
Why? And it probably generally comes, at that review at the end of the year, because you have to for taxes, right? And then it's like, what happened?
Yeah. What
the heck happened? And it's too late. At that point, it's really too late. It's too late to do anything about. So the answer is, not that you have to be a bookkeeper or an accountant, but there's certain things and very, easy things that I can teach you to measure and monitor along the way. So you're more proactive about it. And when you do that, you would go quarterly. So you avoid that tax surprise. And you look at, okay, well, what happened this quarter compared to the first quarter last year, or whatever quarter you're looking at?
Yeah.
What's the difference in revenue? What's the difference in my profit? Then that's a conversation you have with your CPA or, whoever that, instead of just taking you get that estimated, kind of like, oh, well, these are your estimated payments for the following year. Okay, well, you're assuming that your future year is going to be exactly the same as your previous year. So not the case, probably. We hope we're growing, right?
Yeah.
So when we're following it on a regular basis and we're checking in with our tax professional, they can help us say, okay, you need to increase that payment. There's a lot of strategies you can do to make that happen. Yeah. But the key is really being proactive about the financial piece of your business. Is so foundational to everything.
Yeah.
It's such a foundation, and don't skimp on that piece, because it's important. When you add taking the history and you add the strategic piece of looking forward and making that plan, knowing your sweet spot for making money, we're monitoring and tracking along the way, in a very easy way to see. You get a dashboard, very simple. You can see the change in percentages. It'll point you to problem areas in the business. And when you're looking at it monthly, it gives you the opportunity to course correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Immediately. Because if it's 3 months down the road, if it's, it's too late. It's too late. I'm sorry to say, it's too late.
Yeah.
And so it's really just staying on top of everything in a more proactive way on a regular basis. And that's exactly what I do. I fill that gap between what's happening with the bookkeeping and the CPA at the end of the year for taxes.
Right. That's a good way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's you and your team of associates. Do you have to come into somebody's office in the Colorado area, or is this something that could be done on a broader spectrum?
I don't have, no, it's great. I can, and that's the one thing I learned through eMyth is I can do everything that I do virtually. It's great. It makes it really handy if someone is using a product like Xero, which I am certified. And it's great because then I can actually look in and check in on your numbers to help you, so the online cloud-based is really the way to go. But if you don't, that's fine. Working with a client in Nevada right now that, I can do everything, I can get a look into their books via, web-based software and screen sharing. And I can say, okay, click through, we need to look at this, change this is improperly categorized, or really, I can move things around. And just the comfort of knowing you have someone looking in with you on a proactive basis really helps. I have check-in meetings, and then we can go over the numbers. Okay, what happened? Areas of concern. I can help them see opportunity for improvement. And like, oh, wow, wait, what happened here? And as long as there's an explanation, it's like, okay, and then we can do something about it, right?
So in some ways, this is like somewhere, in my mind, it's like somewhere between like going to the headmaster's office at school because you're in trouble, or going to the nurse's office because you have an owie. And I think somewhere between the headmaster and the nurse is the profit catalyst sitting right in the middle saying, yeah, you need to clean this wound up, and I got to keep you on track. But there's more of the love from the nursing side than there is the firmness from the headmaster side. And I think somewhere you get that analogy, I think you're right there.
The thing about what I do is I really want to break it down and make it easy to understand, kind of demystify this whole concept of, accounting and taxes and, all this stuff. And, it's what I do is what, for small business owners, is what larger corporations have a whole team of people doing. They have a CFO, they have a controller, they have, people doing all this stuff. And it's in that area that we need the help. Mm-hmm. It's in that area that us as small business owners are lacking. We don't have that financial management piece, that strategy in our business. And that's what I bring. I want to say, what do you want this business to do for you? How much money do you need to make to have the lifestyle that you want to live? To go on vacations, to, let little Johnny play t-ball, or maybe your kids, play competitive soccer like mine have. And that can get crazy expensive. But, it's taking all those things into account. And it's like, so now let's put numbers to what you envision for yourself, your family, your future. And let's create a strategy to help you get there.
Wow.
right?
I'm
And
sold already.
yay, I, you know, and I've been told a lot, like, oh, you just don't look like an accountant.
No.
You don't act like an accountant. And I'm like, no, that's exactly why, I get to be creative in what I do. And I have a very creative side to me, but I also have this, very analytical left brain. I understand the numbers side. And, what a perfect thing to be able to put those together.
No kidding. No kidding. Yeah, no, I'm hooked. So yourprofitcatalyst.com, I think, is your website.
Yes.
So if someone called you up, do you have like I mean, obviously it's got to be a win-win for both of you to see if there's a fit. So do you have a process or something that you could walk somebody through initially, like a strategy session or something to see if there's a right fit or something?
Yes, I do. I do offer a session, a complimentary session. And
Oh, really?
yeah, it's called Unlock Your Profit Potential.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So, I do have, so they go on my website, they can click on that. There will be a qualifying questionnaire just to help me determine if, what I have to offer at this point would be a good fit and appropriate to have a longer conversation. And they just go in, they fill out that questionnaire. Once they do that, they can schedule a session, and then we, we'll work out the details after that. And again,
and this is on you at this point.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
It is. It's, we take a deep dive. We get very real about the story that your numbers are telling you about your business. So, and it's just a matter of, learning how to read what it says. And that's, through all the work that I do.
Okay.
Definitely help that understanding. I want to make it like, see, spot, run, really, and just make it really easy, make it fun. And it's exciting when you oh my gosh, like I can finally, make this work. I have a real business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that peace of mind is worth the investment alone. And I'm sure there's different costs for different sizes of companies and where they're at and what they're doing. And you'll obviously explain that once you know somebody through the strategy session, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm guessing I should say this really, but sometimes it doesn't matter what it costs, because if you can get where you want to get to and make that profit so much better anyway, it's like, duh, I know. But it does matter because, we've got bottom lines, and all of us entrepreneurs try to hold everything in here. And yet sometimes, the best way to make money is to do this, right? It's like, here's my wallet. Don't hurt me too much. But if you can help me fix it, it's worth it, right?
And yes, absolutely. And the really cool thing is even just that sense of relief, having somebody to talk with about what's really happening, what's really going on.
Yeah.
There's nothing like, having that support, knowing somebody that is right there alongside you, helping you navigate and go, learn what has to happen to, course correct, turn the ship around, or, and not even for businesses that are in trouble, but it's like, wow, I'm stagnating. It could be business that like, they're ready to make that leap and just don't know what needs to happen to, to go. It's.
Okay. And I'm guessing, looking at who you are, and I've looked at a lot of pictures of the networking events that you guys attend. Once you identify numbers and you see where the wound is that needs repairing or whatever, it could well be that it's beyond profit. It could be marketing, it could be branding, it could be HR policies, it could be some legal issues. Are you able to advise people on associates of yours that you could bring to the table, or do you just say you're on your own, buddy, but your marketing sucks? Or what does that look like?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And I love connecting people too. And when I really get in a good feel for what's going on in the business, then I know the exact right person to refer them to. And it doesn't, any area of business, you having sales problems, sales process issues. I have I have people.
Okay.
Marketing, I have people. Whether you're struggling with content writing for, to help get yourself out there, I have people. Social media, of course. Jonathan, we have you. Oh my gosh. And yeah, legal, and I even have, an amazing financial guy that once you're, push your business, up a level,
Yep.
is fantastic about some really cool wealth building strategies. It's crazy.
Awesome.
So yeah, attorneys I have, I know a lot of people, and I like that I vet those people.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows I don't refer lightly at all, ever.
Okay.
Because, and mainly because I just don't like the having to pay for learning in the way that I don't know enough, and whatever somebody tells me, oh, this sounds great. This is exactly what I need. But you may not know enough about all of these things, and you hire that person and you're disappointed and you waste money and you have to start over. This has happened to me several times with web design, for instance. I don't know how many thousands of dollars I burned through, not really understanding what I needed.
Yes.
Or not understanding all the terms, or, what does this mean? And so I like to help in that area too. The E-Myth coaching too, having that, full perspective about business, also helps me to know who's the right person that you need.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you've blown me away with potential already. I am definitely going to your website, and I am going to fill in that form. I am actually really going to do it. It's something I should have done probably years ago. Can you work outside of the United States if there were businesses in sort of the Caribbean or Canada or South America? Because a lot of people that left the home country and had these great businesses overseas that relate. Can you help people like that as well?
Yes. It's each country has a few little nuances, different tax structures and things like that. And once I get an understanding of it, which I can do pretty quickly, it's totally fine.
So if they needed to fly you down to Belize to sort of spend a week looking at the business, you'd consider that then?
Of course. Oh my God, that would be awesome. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So yourprofitcatalyst.com.
Yes.
And there's a contact form right there that people can just start off the process.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just bringing it up right now.
It's going to be the Unlock Your Profit Potential.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah. And then you're also on, of course, you're on LinkedIn there.
Yes.
You have a Facebook page as well that you're pretty active on.
Yes.
Twitter account as well, I see.
Yes.
So wherever you are on your social media, you can connect with you anyway. And I'm sure you're giving blogs and tips and tricks as time goes on as well.
Oh, yes. Lots of really great information through my blogs. Help, my whole idea through the blogs is just to help educate and just give, things that will help, steer you in the right direction, help you understand what you really need.
Yep.
And it's, hopefully people get a lot out of that. So, newsletter coming out.
Oh, cool.
If people want to, subscribe to the newsletter, so, that would be awesome.
Question for you. Yep. Everybody needs another newsletter. So to sign up, are you giving anything juicy away to sort of help people on their journey to begin with in exchange for the email?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Do tell. Or is it a surprise?
It's in the works at the moment, but it is. I'm creating some videos and some short little trainings that go with it. So it'll be video and a resource, and it'll be a series. So once you sign up, you will get that initial email, and then I'll walk you through just some of my the cool stuff that you may not be aware of that can help.
That's fantastic. And that's coming real soon. So if I sign up, I'm going to get that. And I don't have to give birth rights to my firstborn child or anything to.
No, I mean, it's It's totally free.
Awesome.
It's totally free.
Awesome. Okay. Lisa, it has been a pleasure seeing you once again and chatting. I know we've met along the way, and I just wanted to do this interview with you because I just found such a need in the marketplace that's not being met. And when I met you, I just went, oh my gosh, that's the round peg in the round hole that everybody's trying to fill with a square peg. It's just going to slide right into that process. So I'm excited to work with you, and I'm excited for a lot of other people who need you, and can find you at yourprofitcatalyst.com.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Hey, you're welcome. Have a great long weekend. It's Canada Day here, so I'm going to go do the same thing, and we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.